everyone, this is Menzer playing the Tier 4 German Premium Heavy Tank, the PZB2. There's a lot of other stuff in the name, but most people just call it the PZB2. Now, this premium tank, it's not for sale regularly. You'll find it in the gift shop, at least on the North American server. Other servers might be different. But the matchmaking this gets, it only sees Tier 4s. So, you won't see any Tier 5s, and you won't see any Tier 6s. So you're always top dog. Now this tank has a decent amount of mobility. Granted, the mobility, while I say it's good, you don't have a high top speed, meaning at Tier 4 and facing a lot of Tier 3s too, you kind of fall behind the pace a bit at times, albeit this is a pretty fast tank for a heavy tank. Now 400 HP, you have a decent amount of HP compared to other Tier 4s. You don't completely blow them out of the water, but as you see here, most Tier 4s, you have a bit more HP than them. Albeit that DW2 does have more than this, but that's also a heavy tank. Now the main downside of this tank is it does have a weird crew setup, has 2 radio men. That's minor though. But the gun on it is a Tier 2 gun. While it does have a very quick reload, this is with Brothers in Arms, and ventilation, doesn't have a rammer, I believe, just over 2 seconds at 2.08. It is a pretty quick reload, but you only do about 52 damage per shot, I believe, and your penetration with the AP shell is only 55 millimeters. With the premium APCR shot, it does bump up to 90, which helps it a bit, but you still have to spend some credits to fire APCR. Granted, you can fire quite a bit of them, and as long as if you hit and penetrate with most of them, you won't really lose any credits. Now, hopefully the South does well, since pretty much our whole team is down there. I should do okay here. Don't want to push too far since I don't have a lot of view range. I'm going to take a peek though. It doesn't look like anybody's there. So, since I don't see anybody up here, I'm actually going to join the fight. I'm not going to go to the south, but I'm going to move right over in G6 just because we've already lost 2 tanks down there and they're getting pretty close to our base without actually losing many people.
Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung. Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung.
There's a Matilda up there. I don't really want to face him. Matildas, even with the APCR, you can bounce off them quite a bit. So I'm actually going to leave that Matilda for later. It's fairly slow, so I shouldn't have to worry about him until at least a minute or 2 down the line. But I really want to get some side shots on these people to help out the South.
Wir haben sie nicht mal angekratzt. Kette beschädigt. Wir haben sie nicht mal angekratzt. Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung.
I swapped over to APCR just because the B1 is pretty... Holy shit. And I got one shot at by a fucking priest. But, as I was saying, the B1 is pretty much similar armor to this, meaning the side armor is 60 millimeters thick, and my AP round only having 52 millimeters of penetration, it's highly unlikely you're gonna penetrate that. So you kind of have to switch over to APCR. But I was gonna say, I was gonna ignore that. Pretty sure it was... I forget who was shooting me. The D2. The D2 was shooting me. I was gonna ignore him because I have pretty good armor, meaning I should be able to just shrug off whatever he shoots me, or shoots me with, but getting hit by a priest directly, and I'm guessing he penetrated my engine deck, means that I pretty much died, because the priest has a decent amount of alpha at tier 3, and I guess he just got a lucky shot and completely tore me apart.
Eine unserer Ketten ist zerstört. Wir sitzen fest. Fahrer verwundet.
Ooh, somebody has a PZ2J. That thing's gonna be difficult. You have to go around to the side, dude. These things aren't something you want to sit in front of. Come on, guys, stop and fucking shoot him. He's just gonna keep tearing you apart. There you go. This Matilda he just needs to be worried about the frickin' artillery. That D2 shouldn't be able to damage him.
Track fixed. Let's roll. We're immobilized.
No shit, he has no shell.
Track's up. Let's go.
I have never seen a Matilda run out of shells. That is very strange. I guess he just didn't... Oh, you shoot a lot. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I guess he didn't have a full ammo loadout. But we'll see if they can pull it off, but I'm highly doubtful that they're gonna pull this out. But if I didn't get one shot by Artie, we would have had a little bit better of a chance of winning, but that's just how the game goes right now. Okay, so let's see how... I still got top 4, but pretty bad on my part, but then again, I drove right out in the middle, parked my butt right in front of an artillery, and got nailed for it. So let's see what the second battle brings for us. Hopefully, I would say a little bit better matchmaking, but this thing's always on top, so you don't really have to worry about that. But at least with this, I can... I think I'm gonna go through the forest. I'm actually gonna go down into G7 along that building. I should be able to get there before anything too difficult gets down there to stop me. The only reason I don't really want to go down to 1 and 2 line right now is because more or less those DW2s are going to be there, and those tank destroyers as well. And they're the 4 toughest things, along with that Matilda. They're all kind of slow tanks, and I have a feeling that... Whoa, 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 whoa! I kind of... hopefully he doesn't shoot me. I was kind of hoping that he would turn, but... Yeah, shoot me, dude. You should have turned too. If you would have turned a little bit left or right, he would have just went right around me. But generally, kind of my fault. I should have saw him coming well before, but I was a little bit too busy talking. Okay, so plan is still in motion. I am going to go down in G7, park myself on the east side of that building so artillery can't hit me, and hopefully catch a few people trying to poke out to shoot me.
Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung. Wirkungstreffer.
And the Stug B's there, great.
Der ging nicht durch. Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung.
goes
durch ihre
nothing.
Panzerung. Wirkungstreffer. Den haben wir abgefackelt. Unser Munitionslager wurde getroffen. Der ging voll durch ihre Panzerung. Wirkungstreffer. Gegnerischen Benzintank getroffen.
And that plan worked out. Generally, if you can park yourself on the side of that building, if you're in a somewhat tough tank and you have a little bit of support behind you, you will survive most fights that happen there. Unless if they send a ton of people to that little hill there. But generally, if you're in a heavy tank or something that can outmatch most tanks that you're going to be facing over there, like mediums, you'll do pretty well. Okay, I'm hoping that they can deal with those 3 light tanks, but I'm not too sure they can. Slowly getting closer to these tanks over in G2. Let's see if I can't scoot to the bottom of the hill where they can't hit me too well. There's an arty.
Ihre Panzerung. Wirkungstreffer.
But fighting tanks with not a lot of gun depression like those two, you kind of just want to park yourself at the bottom of the hill, because if they shoot you, they have to actually push over to hit you.
Die Steuerung reagiert nicht mehr. Erwischt.
Now that arty's down there. I'm gonna let them get him just because I have 3 HP left. But this tank's pretty sturdy. It's not as sturdy as you would like, but it gets the job done since it only sees tier 4. There we go. Not a great match, but still kind of shows how well the PZ2 does, only because it has the HP and a decent amount of armor. That Marauder definitely did a good job. And look, I got 666 damage, yay! But overall, still prints a decent amount of credits, and it's a pretty good tank if you have the chance to buy it. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, wotguru.com.